The Cuiaba mission, it was before I got there. It had been created, I think, 3 or 4 years before I got there. My president was would have been in his second year, so it would have been created 4 years before I got there. Before that, it was just parts of other missions. And before my president became, before he changed over from the last president, it included a place called Acre, where they had to fly, like the missionaries had to fly there for transfers. They could only have one piece of luggage. They drive really light, and you just fly for transfers instead of bus or car or anything. And it was a place where it was kind of legend, where everybody baptized. They baptized dozens every weekend, and like some missionaries, they'd break like 200 baptisms because of that area. So it was just a legendary part of the mission. But then by the time I got there, it was cut, and so they kind of took more of the southern part of Brazil. So we had Mato Grosso Sul, and a little bit of Rondônia. There's 3 states that kind of border Paraguay and Bolivia. And so ours was kind of farming community, kind of ranchers. And then in Rondônia, there's part of the Amazon jungle, and I served in part of that too. So it's kind of a broad range. Cuiaba was the hottest, and it was kind of in the middle of the mission. And then you go all the way down to where it's cold, and there's a bunch of cattle down in Mato Grosso Sul, and then up all the way to the Amazon jungle. And because we served close to Bolivia and Paraguay, we were able to cross the border sometimes in some cities. They kind of were border towns. And so we'd run into people that spoke Spanish, but we didn't even notice sometimes. We'd be speaking Portuguese, they'd be speaking Spanish, and we'd kind of be talking to each other just like they were Portuguese. We could understand them enough, and they could understand us enough that we could talk. And we taught various people from Bolivia, and so that was pretty fun being on the border like that. And it's a really big mission. I traveled from top to bottom one time, and I think it was a 36-hour bus ride. So it's just kind of it was by myself. I was just on my own, just traveling from the top to the bottom. That was kind of an experience, just how big it was. And it's kind of cool because Cuiaba is in the center. It's the very center of the landmass of South America. It's the furthest away from any ocean you can get is Cuiaba, which is kind of cool. They have a monument dedicated to that.